Hello everyone and welcome to the daily morning podcast of SBI Securities. So friends, let's see how the markets closed yesterday. So Sensex declined by 434 points of 0.59% to settle at 72,623. Nifty closed 141.9 points down or 0.64% lower to settle at 22,055. The top 5 gainers and losers on Nifty were so the gainers were Tata Steel, SBI, IndusInd Bank, JSW Steel, whereas the losers were BPCL, NTPC, Coal India, Wipro and Infosys. Now talking about the sector-wise advances and decline. So PSU Bank and Metal increased. So PSU Banks increased by 0.6% and Metals increased by 0.26%. Whereas the losers, sectoral losers were Media, Consumer Durable, Nifty Healthcare, declining by 4.91%, 0.26% and 0.43%. Coming on to the broader market indices, the Nifty Mid Cap and Small Cap 100 both declined. So Mid Cap declined by 1.25% and Small Cap declined by 1.04%. Moving on to the 52-week high, where 146 stocks have scaled 52-week highs, such as few of them were Aarti Industries, ABB, Ajmera Realty, Alchem Labs, Apollo Hospitals, and 9 stocks were trading at 52-week low. So few of them were Cosmo First Limited, Hinduja Global Solutions, Credo Brands. Now talking about the global markets, where the Dow and S&P both closed marginally higher by 48 points and 6 points, whereas Nasdaq declined 50 points, which was the decline in third consecutive session. Yesterday were the minutes released by the Federal Reserve which was held in Jan 24 meeting, which indicated that the central bankers are cautious about lowering the interest rates too quickly. Last hour recovery in the US market was made due to the Nvidia declaring its results post market hours. The Brent crude prices were at $81.35 per barrel, which was marginally down. The Asian indices such as Nikkei, Taiwan, Kospi, except Straits, they are trading in green today morning, and Nikkei has touched a new all-time high due to the post-stellar corporate earnings and corporate governance. And the GIFT Nifty today in morning is suggesting a 91 points positive opening and at around 22,138. Now, friends, coming on to the stocks in focus today. So yesterday, the FRP, which is the fair remunerative price for sugarcane, increased by 8% to rupees 340 per quintal for 24-25. Last year, the FRP was raised by rupees 10 per quintal. So it is negative for sugar stocks such as Shri Renuka, Balrampur Chini Mills. Second, we have Grasim, where the company will launch Birla Opus Paints business and will inaugurate 3 plants. So positive for Grasim in long term. Third is talking about the stocks like MTA Tech, Centum Electronics, L&T, HAL, Sundaram Fasteners and Elco. So the cabinet approved the amendment in the FDI policy on space sector. So it is positive for all these companies. South Indian Bank. So the total number of right equity shares and right issue size declared by South Indian Bank is 52.31 crores. And the amount is aggregating to rupees 1151 crores. Right issue price is at rupees 22 per right equity share, which is 32% discount to yesterday's closing price. So it is neutral to positive for the South Indian Bank in long term. 63 Moons. So the company unveils the disruptive technology in cyber security. It launched India's first comprehensive mobile security solution for 80 crores mobile phone market through CYBX. So positive for 63 Moons in long term. Then coming on to LTI Mindtree, where LTI Mindtree and Eurolife FFH signs MOU to set up generation AI and digital hubs in Europe and India. So positive for LTI Mindtree in long term. Home First Finance, the IRDAI has approved and granted the corporate agent, that is the composite license to the company for soliciting life, general and health insurance. So positive for Home First Finance in medium to long term. NBCC. So the company has obtained in principle approval of Greater Noida Authority for projects in Amrapali for rupees 10,000 crores. So positive for NBCC in long term. ITC. So it is evaluating purchase of 47% stake held by Peak 15 in Pratap Snacks. So this could the stake sale, this could trigger the open offer. The stake sale could trigger the open offer, and the buyout funds are KKR, T Associates, and Apex also are in foray. Next is PVP Ventures Brigade Enterprises. So the company signs JDA with PVP Ventures for residential project in Chennai, and the project has a potential to generate total revenue of rupees 2,000 crore. So positive for Brigade Enterprises in long term. Eureka Forbes. So there is a block deal where the promoter will sell up to 12% stake via block deals at a floor price of rupees 494.75 per share, which is 3% discount to rupees 510.05 per share. So neutral for Eureka Forbes in short term. Sula Vineyards. So the wine industrial promotion scheme incentives restricted to rupees 20 crores per annum for next years. So the incentive size too small for Sula. Impact will be 4 to 5% on revenues, 13 to 15% on EBITDA, and 20% on PAT of FY25. So marginally positive for Sula Vineyards. Now coming on to the IPO, where we have GPT Healthcare, which will offer its shares for bidding today, and the price band is set from rupees 177 to rupees 186 per share. It is the issue size of the company is 525 crores, where it is a combination of fresh issue, which is 40 crores, and OFS, which is offer for sale for rupees 485 crores. And the company has already raised 157.5 crores from anchor investors. Now coming on to bulk deals, where first is Campus Activewear, where the SBI mutual fund bought 40.65 lakh shares, which is 1.3% stake. And Devian International, where Yum Restaurants sold entire 4.4% stake for rupees 871 crores. Buyers include Government of Singapore, Goldman Sachs, etc. Next we have insider trades, where we have Sasken Technologies, where the promoter Sirish Modi sold 1,335 shares on Feb 20. Then coming on to the pledge share details. The first one is Steel Strip Wheels, where the promoter Dheeraj Garg released a pledge of 29.08 lakh shares. Second is Sterling and Wilson Renewable Energy. The promoter Khurshid Yazdi Daruwala created a pledge of 4.5 lakh shares on Feb 15, and the Gensol Engineering, where the promoter Gensol Ventures created a pledge of 7.5 lakh shares. So that was so that was all about the price share details. Now friends, to sum up, like the global cues currently are looking positive, and Nikkei has been touching his new fresh high on back of the corporate governance and robust earnings. So this should augur well for our Indian markets as well. So thank you friends for listening. So that was all about the daily morning podcast. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.